We are taught that kindness means giving. Give your time, give your energy, give second chances, give explanations, give people the benefit of the doubt. And generosity is beautiful until it becomes self-abandonment. Because there are things that people will gladly take from you without ever intending to return them. Your peace, your attention, your self-respect, your boundaries, your sense of self. The Stoics understood something most people learn too late. Not everyone who asks for something should receive it, because some requests are not requests at all. They are tests. Tests of your boundaries, tests of your self-respect, tests of how much of yourself you are willing to surrender just to keep the peace. And many people fail these tests over and over again. They give until they become empty. They explain until they become exhausted. They tolerate until they become resentful. They sacrifice until they no longer recognize themselves. Then one day they ask a painful question. Why do I feel so drained? Because little by little, they handed away the very things that made them whole. The Stoics believed that inner peace was one of life's greatest treasures, and anything that threatened it had to be guarded carefully, not with cruelty, not with selfishness, but with wisdom. Because a person who gives away everything eventually has nothing left to give themselves. So now we're talking about 5 things you should never give people, even if they ask. Because protecting these 5 things may completely change the quality of your life. If you have resonated with this video so far, I would like for you to share it with someone else who you think needs to watch it with you. Number 1, never give people control over your peace. Most people don't lose their peace, they give it away. To criticism, to rejection, to someone's bad mood, to someone's opinion, to someone's inability to understand them. A stranger can say one sentence, and suddenly your entire day is ruined. Why? Because somewhere along the way, you handed them the keys to your emotional state. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." The Stoics understood that peace is an inside job. The world will always be chaotic. People will disappoint you. They will misunderstand you. They will criticize you. They will leave. If your peace depends on perfect circumstances, you will never have peace. Protect it. Guard it. Because inner peace is too expensive to be controlled by people who don't even understand its value. There is a reason so many people feel exhausted. It isn't because they're weak. It's because they've been giving away pieces of themselves for years. Their energy, their time, their identity, their peace. And eventually they wake up and realize they've become a stranger to themselves. Because not everything should be given away. Some things must be protected. Not selfishly, wisely. Number 2, never give people unlimited access to your time. Time is the one thing you never get back. Money can return, opportunities can, relationships can. Time never does. And yet people give it away so carelessly. To conversations they don't enjoy. To people who only call when they need something. To drama, to gossip, to obligations they secretly resent. The Stoics treated time like treasure because they understood that life itself is made of moments. Seneca once wrote that people guard their money carefully, yet hand over their time to anyone who asks for it. Think about that. Someone can waste 3 hours of your life and you'll forgive it. But if they stole 3 hours worth of money, you'd be furious. You can always make more money. You cannot make more life. Again, you can always make more money. You cannot make more life. Every yes is a sacrifice. Every commitment costs something. Every hour you spend on something unimportant is an hour you cannot spend building the life you want. Protect your time. Not because you are too important, but because your life is. Number 3, never give people the power to define who you are. This may be one of the most dangerous things you can surrender. your identity. Many people don't know who they are. They know who others expect them to be. The good daughter, the successful son, the people pleaser, the caretaker, the strong one, the perfect one. They spend years wearing identities that were handed to them. And then one day they wake up to ask, what do I actually want? Because somewhere along the way, they became an actor in their own life. The Stoics believed that your character belongs to you. Not to your parents, not to society, not to strangers on the internet, not to people who only know a small fraction of your story. People will misunderstand you. They will label you. They will reduce you to one mistake, one decision, one chapter of your life. Let them. Their opinion is not your identity. You do not need to spend your life convincing people of who you are. Become someone you respect. Become someone you trust. Become someone you admire, and let that be enough. Because the moment you allow others to define you, you become their prisoner. You begin living for approval, performing, pretending, shrinking yourself to fit inside someone else's expectations. No freedom exists there. Real freedom begins when you finally decide that your worth, your identity, and your direction belong to you. People will often take as much from you as you are willing to give. Not always out of cruelty, sometimes out of habit, sometimes out of convenience, and sometimes because you taught them that your boundaries can be crossed. The Stoics believed that a peaceful life requires discernment, knowing what to give and knowing what must remain protected, because some things once surrendered are difficult to reclaim. Number 6, never give people unlimited access to your energy. You can walk into a room and immediately feel it. The person who complains constantly, the person who creates drama when there is none, the person who only calls when they're in crisis, the person who leaves you feeling emotionally exhausted. Some people do not want solutions. They want an audience. They want somewhere to place their chaos. And if you're not careful, you become the storage room for problems that were never yours. The Stoics understood that your energy is finite. You only have so much attention, so much emotional capacity, so much focus. Spend it carelessly and you will have nothing left for your own life, nothing left for your dreams, nothing left for your healing, nothing left for your purpose. You are allowed to care about people. You are allowed to help. You are allowed to support, but you are not required to carry everyone. You are not responsible for fixing every broken person, and you do not need to drown to prove that you can't swim. Protect your energy, because where your energy goes, your life follows. Number 5, never give people your self-respect. Because once self-respect is lost, everything else begins to crumble. People surrender their self-respect every day to avoid conflict, to keep relationships, to be liked, to avoid loneliness. They tolerate what they know they should not, accept things that violate their values, remain silent when they should speak, beg for affection that should be given freely, shrink themselves to fit inside spaces that were never big enough for them. And eventually they begin losing their relationship with themselves, because every time you betray yourself, a small part of you stops trusting you. The Stoics believed that character was life's greatest possession. Not money, not status, not reputation. Character. Because everything can be taken from you except the person you decide to be. Never trade your dignity for acceptance. Never trade your standards for attention. Never trade your integrity for temporary comfort. Because people may not always remember what you said, or what you owned, but your soul remembers every single time you abandoned yourself. And your soul remembers every single time you chose yourself too. There is a kind of peace that comes from knowing you did not betray your own values, you did not abandon your own standards, you did not negotiate your worth. That peace is priceless. There is a reason the Stoics spoke so often about self-mastery, because the quality of your life depends greatly on what you allow other people to take from you. Some people will ask for your time, others will ask for your peace, some will ask for your energy, others will ask for your self-respect without ever using those words. And if you give everything away, you eventually become a person who belongs to everyone else, but no longer belongs to themselves. The Stoics warned against this, because a person who cannot protect their inner world cannot protect their outer life either. Everything begins within. Your peace, your discipline, your identity, your dignity, your character. Lose those things and no amount of money, success, or admiration will make you feel whole. Because the greatest losses are rarely external, they are internal. They happen very quietly. One compromise at a time, one tolerated disrespect at a time, one broken boundary at a time, and then one day you wake up and realize you spent years abandoning yourself. But the beautiful thing about self-respect is that it can be reclaimed. Peace can be reclaimed. Boundaries can be rebuilt. Identity can be rediscovered. You can decide today that access to you must be earned, that your peace is no longer available for every argument, that your energy is no longer available for every crisis, that your time is no longer available for every distraction, that your self-respect is no longer negotiable. And something remarkable happens when you begin protecting these things. People will call you selfish. They may call you distant. They may say you've changed. They will say you've changed. And perhaps you have. Because healing changes people. Boundaries change people. Self-respect changes people. You stop begging. You stop chasing. You stop explaining. You stop trying to save everyone. And instead, you become a guardian of your own inner world. That is not selfishness. That is wisdom. That is maturity. That is freedom. The Stoics understood a truth that many people spend their entire lives learning. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone deserves your time. Not everyone deserves your energy. And absolutely nobody deserves your self-respect. Because the most valuable things you possess cannot be held in your hands. They exist within you. Your peace, your character, your attention, your dignity, your sense of self. Protect them. Protect them fiercely, because the world will ask you to trade them away for acceptance, for relationships, for approval, for temporary comfort. Do not make that trade. The people who live with the deepest peace are often the people who learned what should never be given away. And maybe that is the real lesson of Stoicism. You do not control what people ask of you, but you always control what you choose to surrender. If this video has resonated with you thus far, I would like you to please like it, share it with a person you think it can resonate with too, and leave a comment, because these help the human mirror reach many more people who can find it resonating. This has been the Human Mirror. Look closely, you are never invisible. I'll see you in the next reflection.